Brought to you by Dog Claw Products.
And everything feels okay in here, but I want to keep it that way. Looks like the screws are the same size, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about getting those mixed up. And there should be some spacers, and then again, I'm just working one side at a time. There's the spacers. Looks like going from the bottom here, from the bottom and go up through the top. So I'm going to put the screws with the spacers here off to the side. It looks like we've got a bearing and a smaller bearing. I'll go ahead and fill the bearings and that guy in there. A drive cup. Call this, I guess, an axle. I get in the inside there because I do put a little bit of grease inside of my axles and my dog bones, right inside of that where these two meet, because it helps it from getting wallowed out in there. You can see mine, it's been 6 months and I don't have any wallow marks. Yeah, it collects more dirt, yeah, blah blah blah, but you know what, it lasts longer like this if you leave them dry. We'll start cooking these out dry. With the bearings, you know, after you clean them with some carburetor cleaner, I don't like cleaning them with WD-40. Clean them with some carburetor cleaner, then go ahead and hit them with some 3-in-1 oil. I usually use this bicycle oil, like the same stuff I use for my bicycle chain. There's a little black squeeze bottle, but I think it's in the shop. I'm too lazy to get it, so I'm just going to use that 3-in-1 oil, which is fine. Be real careful with the smaller cars losing stuff. So now I've just lubed everything up with that. I'm going to go ahead and clean out this hub carrier in the sink real quick with some warm soap and water. Okay guys, I wanted to bring up another quick point. When you're putting this front piece back together, be sure that the inserts go with a big tab on the inside. So those flathead things that look similar to a nut like this, they go inside the small diameter, and then the big diameter towards the inside. So they go kind of like that inside of there, and then the screws in. Once you get these screwed in, don't over tighten these top and bottom. You have to be very careful. I run them loose. I run them, you know, to where they're kind of finger tight, and then I go out almost half a turn to where they're loose, because that'll burn out a servo pretty quick. I also sit here and I'll work. Just make sure that this all flows freely, you know, and that's why I like doing one side at a time, so I can kind of check, you know, how was it put together when it was stock. You know, make sure everything goes together the same. If you have any questions, it's right here on the other side. Makes it real easy for you. So again, one side at a time, and then I can feel too. I can feel how it was. You know, that's even a little rough. I run mine a little loose, especially the top one, because it's less likely to fall out. The bottom one's kind of more likely. I run that a little bit slower. So I've got my bearings. They're all cleaned and lubed. And then I just wanted to talk about some lubes. I'm using the Huddy diff grease. You could use any type of grease. I just like the diff grease because it's a little bit lighter for a smaller application car, such as the Mini 8. So now we just need to basically hook the steering rack, which I've cleaned all up and got all dialed in here. Insert the bearings and go. So I'm going to talk about what I'm going to lube here. I'm also going to take some of this Huddy diff grease and wipe the posts here. Just get them real good. Just get some kind of grease on there. You can even use the black grease. Just get it on the posts. Wipe any excess off because it'll stick like crazy to it. So we've greased the posts. I've already lightly greased these with the differential grease as well, the arms. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. I'm going to start with the bearings in the bottom. Go ahead and insert those. And I'm going to slide this over inserted the bottom bearings. I'm going to slide it all the way down. And then I'm going to switch to the front here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the freshly... So now that I've got that on there, looks like I made a mistake. I'm going to have to take this back off to get this guy on here, but no big deal. But I just wanted to show you guys how I lubed up that front end and got everything going on there. Of course, I'm going to slide the top bearings in there as well. But that's basically it. You know, you hook everything back up, and our front end's complete, and then we'll start working on the back end.